Hey everyone, so today's hair tutorial is this beautiful braid using hair elastics, and I've partnered with Wella Shockwaves to show you how to achieve this beautiful look. So Wella Shockwaves are a proud sponsor of the new Baywatch movie, which is in cinemas on the 29th of May, and to celebrate they've created 3 limited edition pack designs, and you can find these in Superdrug from early May. So I've already applied some of the Wella Shockwaves volume mousse and then dried that in with my hairdryer to add some extra volume and grip to my hair. Then I'm going in with this ultra strong power hold gel spray, also by Shockwaves. Where the hair's quite soft, where it's been washed, we want to add a bit more texture to it. And by this I mean once we start to create that braid and we start pulling at the hair, it's not just going to fall out because it's soft and silky. Instead it will have more grip, but it will still be very pliable. And we're not going to be brushing our hair out, we really want to keep that texture in the hair. Using my thumbs, I'm roughly segregating the top section, and don't worry about it being messy because that's what we want. We want something that's not perfect looking. Once you've gently separated this section from the rest of your hair, we're then going to use a clear elastic band and tie this section off. Using one hand to hold the elastic in place, we're then going to use the other hand to tug at the ponytail and edge that elastic band towards your head. This is going to create a lot of lift to that front section of your hair, and the surface should look slightly uneven. Using my fingers again, I'm going to separate another section of hair, so from ear to ear, and this is going to be the top section of our braid. A little tip will be to clip the remaining hair out of your way, otherwise it can start to get a little bit messy when it gets caught up when you're creating your ponytails. So taking another clear elastic, we're going to tie this section in a ponytail. Make sure there's a gap between the elastic and your root so you can slip your forefinger and thumb through the ponytail and create a topsy-turvy, so you're pulling the ponytail through itself. And then tug at each side to loosen the root and then tighten the ponytail. Again, don't worry about this being neat because we're going to be coming back to this section at the end of the braid. Now take your ponytail and tie it on top of your head and clip it out of the way. I'm now going to repeat that step using my fingers to separate another section from ear to ear, clipping the remaining hair out of my way and then using another clear elastic to tie that section into a ponytail. This time you want to give it a little tug so it's a bit tighter to the head, and then you're going to take down your top section. Using your fingers, you're going to separate that top pony into 2 individual sections. Taking your bottom ponytail, you're going to pull that through the middle of the 2 sections from your top ponytail. Now you just want to take that top section and pin it on top of your head so it's not going to be in your way. We're now going to repeat the same process, so using my fingers I'm going to separate a section of hair from ear to ear. And you want to incorporate the ponytail that's still hanging down into this section of hair. So in your grasp you should have your new section of hair and your ponytail, and you're going to take a clear elastic and we're going to tie this off. I know there's so many of you out there that can't get to grips with how to French braid your hair, so you're going to love this technique. Okay, so we're going to take our top section down and you should have something that looks like this. We're now going to separate this ponytail into 2 sections. And this is where the penny drops and you see a pattern forming. We pull our bottom ponytail through the middle of the 2 sections, and then we repeat the process by pinning that on top of our head and keeping it out of our way. Taking a new section of hair from ear to ear and incorporating the 2 sections from the ponytail, we're then going to tie off with a clear elastic to form a new ponytail. And it's at this stage when you let that top section down you'll start to see the pattern of a braid forming. And I know it might seem complicated at first, but honestly, this is such an easy method once you get the hang of it. So once again, we're taking that top ponytail and separating it into 2 sections and pulling the bottom ponytail through the centre. We're then pinning that on top of our head, taking a new small section of hair from behind. By now, you won't be doing it from ear to ear because it'll be at the nape of your neck. So just take a small section, incorporate the ponytail, and then tie that off. Once there's no more hair to incorporate from the back of your head, it's much simpler. You're just going to separate your top ponytail into 2 sections and then tie that off behind the bottom one. And then repeat that all the way down until you've completed the length of your hair. At this point it will look like a standard braid. We're now going to start pulling at the edges to really blow the braid out. Make sure you're only ever tugging at the outer edges of your braid. If you pull from the centre of each section, you're going to create a big gap in the middle, and that's not what we want. Having dried that mousse into our hair, we've still got that nice volume to the root, and also the gel spray has kept texture into the hair so it's not going to all fall out, which is key for those of you that have layers in your hair like I do. So you want to continue doing that all the way to the very end of your braid. Then when we get to the top, we're going to start pulling at that topsy-turvy that we created. The idea of creating this topsy-turvy is so that it looks like the braid starts at the very top of your head, and so that it also hides that very first elastic band. Without the topsy-turvy, the braid just starts with the elastic and there's nothing to hide it with, so you want to manipulate the hair to hide the band. And then continue working down the braid, pulling at the edges until you're happy with how blown out the braid looks. I then like to pull some strands out around my face. It just gives it a slightly worn-in look, as though you've been wearing it all day and it's just naturally dishevelled. What's nice about having the mousse in the hair is that when you pull those strands out, they curve around the face and they've got some hold to them, as opposed to looking flat and lank. So once I was happy with the shape of my braid, I then went in with the Wella Shockwaves Ultra Strong Power Hold Hairspray. This is going to help keep any little flyaways at bay. Hold it about 20 centimeters away from your face and just give it a nice light spritz. This smells absolutely gorgeous, so nice. So I'll give you a little spin so you can see what it looks like from the back. It's quite a soft, relaxed style. It's one that can be dressed up or down and you can wear it for every day or a special occasion. I really hope you guys love this look as much as I do. I think it's perfect for the upcoming summer season. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. If you missed my previous tutorial, it is on screen now and it is clickable. And if you'd like to follow me elsewhere, my social handles are on screen now. See you soon!